Welcome to the next lesson, the best opportunity to build a business today. In this lesson, we're going to cover why this is the absolute perfect business model to start with, how this business actually works, why we're starting off on Amazon, and what you're really building here. So why is this the perfect business model? Well, it can be started from almost any country in the world, and it definitely can be operated from anywhere in the world. All you need is an internet connection. It's a real business that focuses on time-proven business principles and strategies. There's little to no technical experience necessary, and for those things you might need some help, it's very easy to find affordable help to do those things that you don't know how to do. It provides great cash flow while at the same time building a business asset that can eventually be sold for huge profits. And it's perfectly situated to benefit from some of the existing business trends you'll see today, such as the growth of Amazon, the growth of e-commerce, and how many more fulfillment centers you're seeing built all over the world right now. So let's talk a little bit about how this business actually works. And there are basically four components to this business. There's you, your supplier, the customer, and of course, Amazon. And here's the role that each of these play in this business model. For you, you basically do product selection and you build your brand. The supplier makes those products and then ships them to Amazon. Your customer, of course, orders and consumes the products. And then at the center of it all, it's Amazon. They do practically everything else. They store your products. They collect the payments from the customers. They take care of shipping and packing to your customers, even taking care of returns and customer service. Then they send the payments to you, and they even do their own marketing with paid advertising, retargeting, and SEO services. They do so much to make this business a success for you. Now, with that alone, Amazon is a no-brainer to start with. However, there are lots of other reasons to start on Amazon's platform. This picture alone tells you a lot of those reasons. This is Amazon's sales from 2004 through 2016, where they did a staggering $136 billion in sales. And if you look at that, they're actually growing more and more each year. Their growth continues to get larger each and every year. Now, even though Amazon did $136 billion last year, e-commerce in total made up a staggering $1.5 trillion in that same year. And it's still growing 23% year over year. This means that Amazon accounts for less than 10% of the overall e-commerce market, and it has tons of room to still grow. And in addition, Amazon has the largest fulfillment network in the world, with an estimated 200 fulfillment centers worldwide and growing each and every month. So I keep mentioning Amazon a lot, but are we really just building an Amazon business? And the answer is no. We're only starting out on Amazon because it is by far the easiest place to start a business and the quickest to scale up rapidly. But what we're really building is an entire brand that is so much more valuable than just the product you are selling. And your brand will become a valuable asset that produces revenue, profits, and the ability for a huge cash windfall should you ever decide to sell it. Now, building an asset is actually a factor of three things: how much time you have, how much money you have, and how well you're able to execute. Those three things together will determine how valuable your business asset becomes and how quickly you're able to get there. And if you're lacking in one area, let's say you have very little time or very little money, you're able to compensate through one of the other areas by increasing those other areas. Let's take a look at a hypothetical example. Let's imagine you can work 5 days a week, 3 hours each of those days in the evening, and over a 12-week period of time. And you're able to invest $5,000 in capital, and you're going to execute at a very high level. So you're doing exactly everything you should be doing, maybe going even above and beyond, and always taking action. It is very possible to create a business that is then making $20,000 a month in profit. And using a multiplier of 3.5 times the yearly profit, which is pretty normal when you're selling a business in this industry, this would result in an asset that could potentially be sold for $840,000. That is an incredible return on your investment. And by the investment, I'm talking about the time, the capital, and your level of effort. Now, let's talk also a little bit about compensating, like I mentioned, if you're lacking in one area. So let's imagine you had less money to invest. Well, you could compensate and make up for that and get the same results by simply working more hours or executing smarter or better or more efficiently. And if you had very little time, let's say that you're working all the time, well, you can make up for that by spending more money. You could spend it on getting more inventory or even outsourcing some of the steps that you don't have time to do. You could also execute more efficiently, just like the above example. But those are two examples of how, if you're lacking in one area, you can make up for it in the other areas. This means that there's absolutely no excuse for not being able to succeed in this business. So to recap, selling physical products online is absolutely the perfect business model for so many reasons. And Amazon is the easiest place to get started with because they're growing at such a fast pace, there's so much potential there, and they handle so much of the business for you. But we're not just building an Amazon business, we're building a real business that will become a real valuable business asset. And how fast and how successful you're able to become, that'll depend on the amount of time, money, and effort that you're able to put into this business.